Hi, everyone, and welcome to episode 30 of the Essential Zodiac Podcast. But more importantly, welcome to season 2. So this is the 1-year anniversary of the podcast because last year, my very first episode was about the new moon in Aries, and the wheel has turned and we're right back to the Aries new moon and the spring equinox.
Amazing that it's been a year already.
I know, right, Audrey? I'm like, I couldn't believe it when I was writing it. So thank you, all of you out there who listen. I really appreciate it. So we're going to be talking about the spring equinox and the Aries new moon because they're only a day apart. So I figured it would be good to talk about them together because this energy is definitely forward momentum. First, I have new promotions on my website, so you guys want to go check those out. Now, especially if you're planning your goals and intentions for this year, there's a new Astro Tarot spread and a 3-month spring transit forecast, which will be based on your natal information. Now, that forecast will help you plan for the next 3 months. It'll show you the positive energy coming your way. It'll show you if you have any challenges with Mercury retrograde in those 3 months coming up. You may want to take advantage of that. You can find all the information on my website. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to contact me. Now, on to the spring equinox. It's spring, which is always, for me, definitely the season of hope and renewal. I have this crocus plant. I didn't plant it. I think our previous owners did way back when we first bought the house. But every year it comes up. And trust, I am terrible. I have a black thumb. Audrey will tell you. I am not good with plants, so I have just left this poor plant on its own because I figured, if I touch it, it'll die. But it hasn't. So for the last 30 years, it comes up every spring and reminds me, it's a really nice visual reminder that, winter, in any form you want to call it, and in its many forms, is behind us. And now it's time to embrace new beginnings, rebirth, right? The spring equinox has always traditionally been linked with spiritual significance and sacred meaning. The arrival of spring has been celebrated by communities around the world throughout history. Now, they'll include Holi, which is the Indian celebration of colors. It's supposed to be a very, very beautiful ritual. I've never seen it.
And that's Holi.
Yes, Holi. Thank you. Of course, Passover, which we're familiar with, and Easter. And my Espit, known as Ostara. It is during that Ostara ritual, that I plant my seeds for the new year. And what I mean by that is that's where I write down my intentions and goals for the coming year. What do I want to accomplish? So that's what my seeds are when I talk about them. So no matter what your culture or religious views are, this is the time of year to renew. It's new beginnings, it's fertility, it's abundance. The spring equinox is a significant day for Western astrologers all over the globe as it marks our astrological new year. The sun enters the first zodiac sign of Aries, and it begins its annual trek through the zodiac. This is one of the most powerful days of the year. It's your chance to set your intentions for the whole year. It's a magical day, so use it wisely. You want to ask yourself deep questions. You want to take time and really think about, what do you want to accomplish this year? And it doesn't have to be huge, grand plans. It could be small things, maybe starting a small exercise routine, or maybe starting a yoga class. What do you hope to accomplish? What is your heart's desire? Do you have a grand plan? Do you want to start your own business? Do you want to maybe go back to school and earn your degree? The purpose and the point is to really search inside yourself and see how you want to improve yourself this year. Now, don't worry if you didn't manage to follow through on your New Year's resolutions thus far. Actually, now is the perfect time to make new resolutions, not in the dead of winter when everything is asleep. You want to start thinking about new goals when everything wakes up. So you're good. Whatever you thought about back on New Year's Day and you didn't work out, bring it forward and take a look at it and start over. Now, a new moon follows the equinox. And so this is a real amplifying of energy. This Aries new moon is superb, for manifestation of new beginnings. So you want to use this magical energy again and create the life that you want. So this new moon occurs in the very first degree of Aries. And what I mean by that is that a planet, the moon, the sun, all the planets stay in a particular sign for 30 degrees. So when it reaches the 29th degree, it moves into the next zodiac sign. So, for example, the sun now will be in Aries until it reaches the 29th degree of Aries, and then the sun will then move into Taurus. So when the first and last degrees are very important because they have quite a punch to them. So this particular new moon, being the first degree of Aries, is very impactful. This new moon aligns with Mercury, so it adds a mental communication theme to this fresh start. Mars, which is the ruler of Aries, forms what we call a square with the moon. And while we're ready to work hard, pace yourselves, because we could be impulsive and immature and have to just start all over again. So you want to watch out for that. It's interesting that this new moon is part of a trend of the new moons that have all been peaking at the first degree of their respective zodiac signs. Now, this is the last new moon to fall in the first degree. So whatever new beginnings have been in the works are likely to take shape now. And not just in our lives, but this also has a global impact. So let's all pay attention to what's coming down the pike. Now, this is also one of the 2 Aries new moons that are happening. The next new moon will be in April, but that will be a solar eclipse, and I will definitely have more information as that comes along. So we definitely want to pay attention to the themes that are brewing right now. Now, I'm going to take a little break, and when we come back, I'll have some tips to help you use all of this energy coming your way.
Visit EssentialZodiac.com to check out Cindy's latest specials and to subscribe to her Skywatch Journal newsletter. Whether you're a longtime listener or just joining us for the first time, we hope you'll consider supporting production of this podcast by becoming a patron. You'll find all the details at the website. Back to you, Cindy.
Thanks, Audrey. So we have all this wonderful, fresh energy coming our way. What are we going to do with it, right? So to manifest on this spring equinox, Aries, new moon energy, you can create a ceremony of gratitude and set intentions. Write in your journal, perform an outdoor meditation or ritual, visualize your future goals, visualize outcome. Practice some self-care like yoga and mindful breathing, and spend some time in nature to reconnect with the seasonal energies. Take a walk in the park or, just sit outside on your front porch or your backyard, and just take in all the newness, all the rebirth around you. Now, another way that we can tap into this energy is to create an intention altar. So if you already have an altar, maybe you could set it up on that altar in a space, or just set it up. If you don't have an altar, just set up a small altar in your office or living room or whatever, anywhere that you can see it. And the way you want to do this is you want to designate a place to put meaningful objects, such as candles, crystals, cards with affirming words or manifestations written on them, images or statues if you have a patron god or goddess, put that there, plants, flowers. Once your altar is set up, take some time to meditate in front of it. And what you're looking to do is gather things that line up with the intentions that you have, with the goals that you want to set for yourself. Now, another thing you could do is if you don't want to do an altar, you can create an intention board, or it's also called a vision board. And there's thousands of, examples on the internet for this. Just Google and you'll find everything. But the one thing that you want to do is you don't want to just willy-nilly, choose pictures and things like that. You really want to give thought to everything you're putting on your intention board. You want it to inspire you. You want it to work for you. So you want to make sure that there's things on there that are meaningful. So the vision board is all about manifesting positive energy into your life so you can start your project off on the right foot. You want to create a calm environment for yourself. So make sure you have space to be creative. A quiet corner, possibly, your own room, if you can manage it. Light some candles, diffuse some essential oils. But what you want to do is become relaxed and positive so that you can work with the energy coming your way. Now, what you want to make sure of, too, is make sure that both the altar and board, or one or the other, is in a place where you could see it daily. I know some people who they use sticky notes and they write themselves positive messages and put them on the bathroom mirror. And I think that's brilliant because you're going to see that every morning while you're brushing your teeth, while you're shaving, if you're a guy out there, whatever, right? You're going to see those messages. So I think that is a brilliant idea to put sticky notes on your bathroom mirror. Well, that ends the first episode of season 2. Yeah! Again, thank you, all my listeners out there. I so appreciate you guys. Our next episode will be about the Libra full moon, and that will air on March 31st. I hope you tune in, and remember, with astrology, you can chart your life's course.
Thanks for joining us for the Essential Zodiac Podcast first birthday episode. Help us celebrate by joining the conversation on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. We hope you'll like, follow, and comment on the podcast and share it with your friends. If you have a question for Cindy or have a topic you'd like her to cover in an upcoming episode, send an email to ezpodcast@yahoo.com. The Essential Zodiac Podcast is produced at Muddy Creek Studios.